Hello, everybody. I just wanted to come on today because I got to thinking. So this past weekend, I went to a bridal show, and no, I'm not getting married. Already done, very happily, I might add. My sister's getting married though, so I got to thinking when we were walking around this bridal show, there was no, it was all about cakes and caterers. Well, it wasn't about cakes, but it was about caterers, venues, a lot of those. Wasn't as many people making cakes as I thought would be there. Even had Mary Kay was there. So it was, a couple people or a couple vendors for dresses. Not a lot though. And chair covers, table covers, you name it. It was this thing. I'd never been to one, so surprise, I got to see what it was like. Anyways, I thought, they've already probably set their date. So I guess there was no astrologer or numerologist or tarot or, any type of medium or oracle or, nobody in that realm. There was no metaphysicals there at all, which I thought was kind of weird because I don't know, is this a good date that I'm getting married? So if you're speaking numerologically, am I saying that right? Numerologically, or astrology, even, by the stars. If you're speaking astrologically, it's kind of important. You should look at that and see if it's a good date, time, whatever. So, for example, if you're getting married, let's say April 1st, right, of 2022. So you add those numbers together. So you have a 6 and a 4 and a 1, right? So you have 4 plus 1 is 5. You have 2, 2, 2, so it's just 6. So 5 plus 6 is an 11. So for an April 1st wedding, I don't even know what day it's on, so whatever. That would be a good day, because that would be an 11 day, an 11-2, right? So you take that number, you add all those numbers together, you break it down. So if it's turns out to be, that one actually turns out to be an 11, but let's say it was a 25, then you would, 2 plus 7, or 2 plus 5 is 7, it'd be a 7 day. So, but anyways, and it kind of matters. So if you're getting married on a 1 day, it's all about beginnings, that's a good day. So you're getting married on a 1 day, very good day for, starting out fresh. So especially a younger couple, right? I guess even an older couple, whatever, but it's still beginnings, fresh beginnings, building foundations, all about that self-starting energy, just being careful not to be too egotistical, definitely be listening to what each other's, that would be kind of like your drawback. Just making sure that you're being open to communication, that you're listening to the needs of the other person, and then, it just keeps going. So then, like a 2 day, if you're getting married on a day that would be a number 2, that's very good for coming together, partnerships, building off of foundations. That would be nice, especially for somebody who may have been married before. You already understand the concepts and the constructs of the marriage, unit. And so you're building off of that. A 3-day marriage would be one all about creativity. Those would be, the artists, those would be real beneficial for an artist, or somebody who was a very, very didn't have any creativity at all. It would lend to be a very creative marriage. Probably be writing each other notes all the time and leaving things around the house, or bringing home flowers randomly, making special dinners or whatever. A 4 marriage would be very organized. They'd probably, so if you don't want it more, I don't want to say stuffy, but it'd definitely be more detail oriented. Could get picky, so you want to be careful. That's, so you're just bringing in the energies of the marriage that you want. Like a 5-day marriage. It's very chaotic, always surprise, what's happening next? And it's not bad, right? So you never know what your spouse is gonna do. If you like surprises, get married on a 5-day. Though, the the dual side of that, I guess the opposite side of that would be, you know, chaos. So if you don't like surprises, be careful about getting married on a 5-day. Married on a 6-day, big family, all family oriented, you know, whether you have, you know, your family, his, her, right? Sorry. Family big, you know, coming together, making an even bigger family, but definitely more maternal there. So like your 4 be very paternal, very, you know, 'cause men are always like very structured and da 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 da. Well, I guess old school, but a 6 be very, you know, maternal, very nurturing, you know, relationship, very homebody. And definitely a 6 marriage would bring a lot of ancestral energy in. You know, a 7-day marriage. So if you're getting married on a 7-day, you're bringing in a lot of knowledge. So like there's a lot of learning that's going to take place in that relationship, and it can be good or it can be not so good because you're learning, right? Learning about each other, learning about, you know, and it doesn't mean, you know, metaphysically, spiritually, it doesn't always mean that way, but you're higher, you know, you're really learning about each other. You're learning more together. And if, you know, if you're both very intelligent, right? And so you're always seeking knowledge. That's a very positive thing that you'll be doing that together. Now, if one of the spouses may not be very good at learning, that could be beneficial, you know. So the one partner that is really good at learning is gonna be able to help the other one, you know, come together. And just again, it's, you know, you always have the flip side of that, and that's, you know, could be a little bit overbearing if you're not picking it up, and impatient, I guess, would be more, not really overbearing, but more impatient. Now, if you had a married on an 8-day, you know, kind of a very godly day, it doesn't necessarily have to be religious, but spiritual marriage, one where you were together, you know, like, do you guys attend church separately or together? You know, is that something that you're wanting out of a spouse, is to be, you know, going to services more or attending spiritual events more? You know, that would be something, especially if you are both, you know, spiritual, both involved in the metaphysical. That would be a good day, as an 8-day, right? So it's just a very blessed day overall. Just making sure, again, always have a flip side, you know, that you're not allowing the other person to form their own opinions. You know, you got to be free thinking. You're still individuals, 2 individuals coming together, you know, but you still have individuality, and you have to make sure you keep that, you know, but coming together in that very blessed way. A 9, got to be careful with a 9. So, you know, 9 days, 9s are endings, right? So they're, so it could be, you know, not always perfect. A lot of things that you have to talk about. A lot more communication would be involved in a 9-day wedding. Definitely want to be writing things down. Otherwise, there could be a lot of endings, you know. So be careful. The 9 days, I would like, maybe choose another day. That's just mine. But you know, and you do have, you know, master numbers, like I just said, like if you got married April 1st of this year, right? So that would mean 11-2. Now an 11 in numerology it's a master number. So if you have a life path that's an 11, or if you have an 11 anywhere in your numerology chart, 11s are, they're definitely blessed in that ascended master, that universe way, because it has a dual number, so 1-1. That it does equal 2. To still take that into account. That day would just be extra foundational, extra building. You know, it would be a marriage that is building things together. Okay, so if you added that 11, you know, if you had a 2 and it was, I don't even know, like what you would do with another 2, how would you get that? I don't know. But if it was an 11-2 day, you definitely would, that marriage is going to build dreams together. Okay, so that's awesome, right? So if you can pick an 11 day, so get married on April 1st. It's really soon to plan a wedding, and it's cold, especially if you live in Michigan, but that's a good day. If you get married on a 22 day, so a 22 would be a 22-4. So, you know, very detail oriented, but very, you know, again, with that 22, that 2 building on more so, you know, that would be 2 people who their finances would make a lot of sense. Very financially beneficial together. You know, that they'd find that relationship, they work so well together that they would have very fruitful, right, in that financial aspect, very abundance in that financial aspect. A 33 day, which I don't know that you would even have that. I'd have to add, not adding things in my head. I probably should have done that before I made the video, but it was like, surprise, last minute. So, but a 33 would, you know, that's abundance of creativity, ascended master energy. So, you know, that connection, that triangle, right? So your third eyes, and also a 6. So that double dose of that home energy, you know, again, children involved, you know, maybe 2 people who have children, they each have their own children and they come together and now there are children, you know, possibly having more together. That would really symbolize, you know, a 33-6 day. So it's just pretty interesting. I thought that, you know, going to the bridal shower or bridal show, and just not seeing anyone there doing anything like that, I thought was interesting. But you know, anyway, so I thought it'd be cool to do a little video on numbers, and yeah, if you are getting married and you just want to know a little bit more about it, there's a lot of intuitiveness that goes along with it too. So, you know, depending on like your energies, your auras, and excuse me, your date of birth, your spouse's date of birth or soon to be spouse's date of birth, you know, you can, you know, run the astrology of it also. So like, what is the sky going to look like on the day you get married? You know, where's the moon and the sun going to be? Is it going to be a full moon? Is it going to be a new moon? Is it going to be somewhere in between, you know, waning or waxing? You know, where are your planets at? So I just thought it was kind of cool to think about. So I thought I'd just make a really quick video. So anyways, if you do want to get a hold of me and you wanted some more information, Carrie Care Bear, the Hippie Sage, and I have a Facebook page you can like, which I'm sharing this video on. So if you see the video, you're probably already knowing that the page exists. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a really great day. It's cloudy, but you know what? And it's cold. It's 7 degrees. But I'm awake. And it's beautiful, and I get to watch the birds outside. So I do love the snow. It looks pretty. And it still looks pretty outside, but it is freaking cold. So staying inside today. Anyway, you guys have a really great day, and maybe I'll make some more videos.